incredible.
Begin the gross work on internal organs. I'm going to phone the district attorney. And don't talk about this to anyone.
I came into it 2 days later, called back 97 miles from the first vacation I had had in 2.5 years because the story is so big no one else can handle it, according to our lovable managing editor. Rumor has it that the day Anthony Albert Vincenzo was born, his father left town. The story may be apocryphal, but I believe it. The only point I wonder about is why his mother didn't leave too.
Good morning, slaves. We are not amused.
Kolchak, you are on it.
A 2-day-old, third-rate murder. You are on it. What about them? They have other assignments. You're beautiful when you're angry. Out. Out.
First stop, County General to see one of my most reliable spies. At least he used to be reliable.
Hello, Carl. Oh, I thought you were disbarred for malpractice. I thought we were rid of you for 2 weeks.
Yes, so did I.
Well, about this, Cheryl Hughes thing.
Why does it say officially undetermined under cause of death?
Why don't you ask the coroner?
Oh, fine. Come on, you're my spy.
Isn't that like kept quiet about all those illegal operations you've been performing in closets?
Come on, tell me true, my
John, was there anything unusual about the autopsy?
No, I know she lost a lot of blood.
Some spy.
Just a poor, hard-working doctor that occasionally takes pity on an aging reporter. Dr. O'Brien, he looks like a
It was a surprise story to me. Second stop, the Gold Dust Saloon, and a chat with Gail Foster, one of Cheryl Hughes' fellow workers, and a rather close friend of mine.
Poor Cheryl. I feel just terrible about it, Pop.
Well, if you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to.
No, I want to help if I can.
You said that she never had any boyfriend.
No, none that I ever heard of. She dated once in a while, but never the same man's wife. I don't think she liked him.
No?
Yeah. She even took karate lessons in case one got fresh with her.
You mean that she knew karate?
Yeah. Found out. Oh, I see him. I gotta go. Bye-bye.
Any town the size of Las Vegas, the murder of one young woman hardly causes a ripple. But then the ripple started. Thursday, May 20th, 7:02 a.m.
I didn't go down. I couldn't. Okay. Tom, take your station. What took you so long, Kolchak?
I got a flat tire.
Now, footprint silent. Is that physically possible? If it happened, it's possible. Doesn't sure look like it happened. Now, come on.
Bonnie Reynolds, 27, divorced, cocktail waitress at the Harriman Casino.
Look at her throat.
He must have lost an awful lot.
Cheryl Hughes lost a lot of blood, too.
You read that in the newspaper, did you?
No, I didn't read that in the newspaper.
This girl lost a lot of blood, Sheriff. But she didn't lose it here.
Anything?
We found the purse. There's signs of a struggle up here.
Nothing in between. Only our footprints.
What'd they do, throw her? Who said Bonnie Reynolds was thrown 22 feet into that home? The coroner? I haven't heard about it. Who said this new killing is connected with the Cheryl Hughes murder? The police? Not to me, they haven't. Who said Cheryl Hughes died of massive blood loss? The coroner again? No, he hasn't even turned in his report yet. And who, may I ask, said that a super powerful madman is running loose in Las Vegas? You hearing voices, Kojak?
I did not pick up the phone.
Oh, I know you're a boy. Big-time reporter like you condemned to the sexual journalistic rules.
I did not pick
I know
up.
you'd like a big fat byline on a big fat story so you can pay your way back to a big fat city job.
I did not.
I expect you to report, not to come up with fairy tales. And Kojak, quit fighting the PD. If something turns up, they'll let us know. Meanwhile, use your head and lay off. Whatever they're up to, they don't want any help from amateur bloodhounds like you.
Friday, May 21st, 8:06 a.m. Apartment of Carol Hanachek, swing shift cocktail waitress in the Burton Paradise Show Lounge. She'd gotten home around 2:15 a.m., poured herself a glass of milk, opened the back door of the kitchen for reasons unknown, and died like the others. Suddenly, quietly, without disturbing her sleeping roommate only a few feet away. Something of a pattern had started to form, and it was ugly. It was then that people stopped talking.
Does that surprise you? Look, you're not the only one that likes to play detective. The police, the sheriff boys, they all think they're pretty good. And they don't need you.
You really make me feel wanted. We've had 3 murders in town, Bernie. We have one tremendously strong guy, maybe more, who goes around killing young girls. And they all lost a lot of blood.
Oh, you weren't supposed to know about that.
You're not supposed to know that. But I know. What about you people like the Bureau?
No, this is nothing for the Bureau to mess with at this stage.
Well, you could make some unofficial inquiries for me.
Like,
Well, you could check around the country and check all the hospitals and see if any of them have had corpses recently, like ours, out with a big loss of blood. You could check all the insane asylums across the country, the bug houses, see if they released recently enough who thinks he's Count Dracula, even if he's done nothing to prove it.
do you believe in vampires, little boy?
Oh, that's funny. That's very funny. It's very funny, Bernie. What are you going to do? You're going to sit like a cheap garlic guzzling my beer.
I'll think about it, okay? Meanwhile, I hope it doesn't disillusion you to know the local law enforcement people will go along with your views. Somewhat. At this moment, they're waiting for a special report from the coroner and 2 pathology experts who were flown up from LAPD. Along with a small truckload of equipment.
Oh, hi, Mel. How are you?
Hey, I like your luncheon place.
Yeah.
Well, say, if you want to hear the special report, meet me at the sheriff's office. Starts at 6:30.
Hey, Tad.
Don't thank me, just be there. Where you go?
Jack.
Hi, Carl. I just thought you'd like to know I heard the Parkway Hospital was knocked over.
Yeah, knocked over for what? Cash, drugs, equipment, money. What?
That's right. Every container in the place, their entire stock.
What about blood type?
Seems blood type and RH factor didn't much matter.
John?
Can't stop now. See you.
Yeah, but... 6:30 p.m., Clark County Courthouse. Present, in addition to myself and 2 incompetents who call themselves reporters, were Warren Butcher of the Sheriff's Office, Thomas Payne of the District Attorney's Office, Captain Edward Masterson of the Las Vegas Police Department, and old buddy Bernie Jenks, holding forth with his inimitable cool, Dr. Robert McCurgy, boy coroner.
We found that death in each case was extremely swift, coming in something less than a minute. After the initial wounds were inflicted, the blood was drained very quickly, some kind of suction device being used. Now, this would explain why no blood was found anywhere in the victims or in the areas they were discovered.
Dr. Kolchak, Daily News, do you have any idea what could have made these wounds?
They're not unlike the bite of a medium-sized dog.
What do you mean, dog?
Dog. What are you telling us, a dog did these murders?
I didn't mean to indicate that the wounds were actually inflicted by a dog, only that they're similar to those which might be caused by a dog. A rather interesting point is that we found another substance mixed in with the traces of blood in the throat wounds, namely saliva.
What do you mean, saliva?
I mean saliva, Sheriff Butcher. Human saliva.
If Mukherjee had suggested that the murders were committed by a giant butterfly, he couldn't have made more sparks.
Now, what do you mean human? Are you suggesting that each of these women was bitten in the throat by a man?
At present, the evidence points that way. However, I couldn't and wouldn't hazard a guess as to motivation. I can only be sure they each died from shock, induced by massive loss of blood.
Dr. Mukherjee, is it possible that he killed these women by biting them in the throat for the express purpose of drinking their blood?
Kojak, now you're here by the mutual suffrage of us all.
Sufferance.
What?
It's suffrage.
Well, whatever it is, just shut up.
I'll answer that. There have been cases of people who, through some mental derangement, have come to believe they were vampires. In Germany in the 1920s, there was one fellow who did use his teeth to rip out infected
Now, we are not going to jump to any conclusions about who or what killed these women.
It is possible, you know, to type a person's blood from his saliva. If I were you, gentlemen, I'd look for a very anemic fellow, possibly with some rare blood disease.
Well, I don't care what kind of a nut killed these women. But I'll tell you this, he's out there, and I bet he's high on pot or the hard stuff, and he's going to kill again unless he's stopped. Masterson, what have your people got on this Parkway blood theft?
Well, the latest is the nurse said she saw something funny out there last night, or early this morning. Seems that a tall, skinny guy dressed as an orderly was nosing around the refrigerated storage area and sort of keeping blood in the plasma. Didn't think much of it then, but later when she spoke about the guy to the floor super, she was told there was no such tall, skinny guy on duty there. Description as follows. White male adult, 6'2" to 6'4", thin, about 175 pounds, pale complexion, dark hair.
So we start looking for a man, local resident, or worse yet, some outsider who may not even still be in the area. We'll check the airport, the bus terminal, railroad station, blockade the highways, and if we're lucky, we'll get him. If he's stupid enough to still be hanging around after 3 crimes. Now, you got any other suggestions? Just do it. All right, let's break this up. Thank you, Dr. Thank you, Doctor.
Mr. Payne, I shouldn't be too inclined to reject Mr. Kolchak's theory out of hand if I were you. It is at best highly speculative, but not altogether unwarranted.
Kolchak. You can throw away that cassette. Now, this vampire stuff is to stay right in this room. Until we have the assailant in custody, we say nothing about these women being drained of blood. There'll be no rumors, no reports in the paper. The official opinion at this time is that the cause of death is undetermined. We don't want to cause a panic. It's bad for police operations. It's bad for the people. And it's bad for business.
Wow.
Thank you for your cooperation. Kolchak, I want to talk with you. Boys, there's no reason to bother the doctor anymore. I have a prepared statement in my office. You can go back to the lab. Kolchak, you're becoming a real pest. I'll have to have a word or two with Vincenzo about you. You know, maybe one of the other boys at the office should handle this from here on. Keep your nose clean, son. Stay out of other people's business. It's healthier that way.
Carl, will you watch what you're saying? You know these guys. You could find yourself out of a job in 86 all over town.
They go for you too, Jake?
Oh, boy, who can talk to you when you get like this? listen, I'll nose around unofficially for you on anything you bring me, just between the two of us. But do me a favor and stay away from me for a few days, just for friendship's sake.
Did I say it was a vampire?
Well, what does your suggestive headline say?
The story makes it clear.
Vampire killer in Las Vegas, question mark. Do I misread?
The story makes it clear.
Do I misread, or did you use the word vampire?
Some screwball who imagines he's a vampire is loose in Las Vegas, and people ought to be told.
If there's a screwball running around loose in Las Vegas, his last name begins with a K. You already heard about the little scene you had with the boys downtown. No vampire stories. Clear?
How about a special featurette with a border of roses? An interview with the two girl victims in heaven with a celestial choir in the background.
That's a fucking bird, you bitch.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I fell asleep. What were you saying?
Yeah, you do great things for my masculine ego, you know? Well, actually, I was saying that I think that Vincenzo has a new sense of tree stump. It's got to be one man. It's got to be. Big, strong, psychotic.
Well, you're certainly making me very glad that I work nights.
Oh, well, I told you to quit working nights. Go, Jack. I am forever in your debt, Lily.
What was that?
The killer's done it again.
Oh, no.
Only this time, it was seen.
Standing over there, and I was kissing her. And then he turned and she got out over the carpet. She must have fallen.
Victim number 4. Mary Brandon, showgirl, 25, 5 feet 8 inches tall, 125 luscious pounds. Less the weight of 12 pints of blood, of course.
Well, looks like Bella Lugosi's struck again.
Knock her out. It's her daughter.
Oops.
I'm all right now.
Now, the car he drove away in, was it new?
No. It was a few years old, I think, with maroon coupe.
I'll call it in.
Barney, may I, yeah, but, take it easy.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Cold shock, the daily news. That was your daughter? My best contact in Las Vegas has always been Helen O'Brien, chief switchboard operator at the county courthouse.
Oh, dog.
You're a sadist.
I could take a bath.
Bow over my dead plump body.
Listen, you magnificent morsel. DMV is checking on the suspect's car. Now, you couldn't help in that area, could you?
Of course not. Bribed again.
What's up?
Whoa! I was out to see the killer's face.
Sherman Duffy of the Chicago Globe once described a reporter as follows. Socially, he fits in somewhere between a hooker and a bartender. Spiritually, he stands beside Galileo because he knows the world is round. Not that it does much good, of course, when his editor knows it's flat.
Oh, Jack.
Shelley Forbes has got to be a stiff victim. Look at where it gone.
You'll never give up, Lou.
What do you mean?
I mean, this is unacceptable. So, Jack, I'm very close to firing you. Even though the owner of this paper has a sore spot in his head for has-been big city reporters. I'm tired of your pressure, Jack. I'm tired of the owner's pressure. I'm tired of the pressure from all around me to blow the story up on the one hand and keep it under wraps on the other. I am tired of being a middleman, Jack. Do you understand that? Can you understand that?
What do you want, Vincenzo? A testimonial from Count Dracula?
Oh, get out!
What is this all-out girls get-out game we play? This nut thinks he is a vampire. He has killed 4, maybe 5 women. He has drained every drop of blood from every one of them. Now that is news, Vincenzo. News! And we are a newspaper. We are supposed to print news, not suppress it.
You know damn well why we're soft packing this thing.
No! Tell me why. Could it be because we have been told to?
Jack, you are an idiot. Worse, you're irresponsible. All these murders mean to you as a byline.
Well, what the hell difference does it matter what it means to me? The point is that we are suppressing news. We are withholding information. Everybody in town knows what's going on. The police, the DA, the coroner's office. Every reporter on every newspaper in Las Vegas knows what's going on. The only people who don't know are the people.
At last you got the point, Jack. The people in Las Vegas don't know. Because the people in Las Vegas would come unglued if they did know. Even more than they're coming unglued already. Capiche?
Tuesday, May 25th, 7:30 p.m. Helen O'Brien had told me that the DMV had come up with 16 possibles. All but one had been eliminated. The car owner's name, Martin Lubin. Address on Spring Mountain Road. Name and address, both phony. Name of salesman who sold car, Fred Hurley.
So I sets him a price. He don't say nothing, just stands there looking at me.
All right, now how'd you find out about this, Jack? I'm having a break home about it. Now you keep your mouth shut. Yes, sir. Okay.
Well, like I said, he just stands there looking at me. Then he tells me the price is too high. $300 too high. And he keeps staring at me. He said, daring me to tell him the price is $1,200.
Is this so?
Stop doing our job for us, Jack. That's already been established.
Yeah, well, you see, I told him only he had a mustache.
Mustache?
Yeah.
Did you find the fire?
Well, I started to say no. But something inside tells me, don't mess with this guy. I mean, he's a creep. With them red eyes and that voice, he's enough to keep a guy from working nights.
All my life I've waited for a story like this. All my life. When I finally found it, I can't get it printed. Do you know, the holes in Mary Brandon's neck were airbrushed out before they printed the photographs? Yeah.
Carl, if you keep going on like this, you're going to get fired again. Let's see, how many times has it been? Twice in Washington, 3 times in New York, twice in Chicago, and once, or was it twice in Boston?
I'm becoming extinct in my own lifetime. Homo news hawkers, natural habitat, a pool of sour mash bourbon. You know, I really ought to light a candle at Ben here.
Here.
You want to quit your job, you know?
And you'll support me?
Well, oh, come on, I ain't serious. That weirdo said 5 girls and they're all night workers.
5?
Yeah, 5. Yeah, well, Shelley Forbes is missing, and I'll bet my bottom dollar she's victim number 5. Hey, you're wearing a shirt pretty good there.
Carl, I've been doing some thinking. Oh, what do you know about vampires?
Well, only they wear dinner suits and talk with marbles in their mouth.
Oh, will you please be
That's
serious?
my natural habitat, darling.
Open it.
Everything you always want to know about vampires, we're afraid to ask.
No, you're going to look at it.
And why?
But what if the killer's a real vampire?
Oh, let me please.
It's not everything that's in this book. You're going to read it.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, now, come on. You're a big, tough reporter. You can take it. You might even get a good feature article.
Oh. Since the beginning of man's existence, there have been creatures of the night, crazed monsters that track the bloody prints through the pages of fact and fiction. Of them all, the vampire seems to have accumulated the largest body of documentation. By night, the vampire is virtually indestructible, fearing only the sign of the cross. Before daybreak, he must return to his coffin, otherwise he will be destroyed by the purifying rays of the sun. It is then, while he lies dormant, he can be destroyed by hammering a wooden stake through his heart. According to the legend, the victim of the vampire will ultimately rise again as the living dead and must be destroyed in a similar manner. From any source available, the vampire must have blood. I was doing double duty as night editor when the PD squawk box went crazy about a wild brawl at the old town hospital. Thursday, May 27th, 8:20 a.m., and things were rolling. Our morning edition hit the streets, recapping all the action at the hospital. The TV people, as usual, had missed out completely, and the radio stations were literally reading our copy on the air. But now the whole lid was really blown off. The maniac had been identified. Go ahead there, just got these other seats.
Now, here's a rundown of the Scotland Yard and Liverpool findings. Subject, Jonas Scoresman. Born in Paris, Romania, 1899.
Now, wait just a minute. You trying to tell me this guy's over 70 years old? Come on, Bernie, your boys have come up with a wrong man.
Like hell we have. These facts have been triple checked and confirmed. Look, I've been a phone man and I'm pretty tired. Now, if you want
don't you?
All right, Bernie, just take it easy. Let's hear it.
President Clinton died in 1923. He left somewhere between $75 and $100 million. Each time he began to travel, and he became known throughout Eastern Europe as a big lover of nightlife. And we're going to have a lot more on him before World War II. However, Scotland Yard reports that he showed up in England just in time for the German Blitz. I'm sure Mr. Kolchak will find the following facts of interest.
Such banality. A man that always doubles an idea.
While in England, he passed himself off as Dr. Paul Velasco, specialist in hematology research. His work involved freshly killed or raped victims from various London emergency rooms. As a matter of fact, at his residence in Sheffield Court, he installed several kinds of sumps, tubs, and an extremely large commercial meat freezer. In 1948, he turned up at Canada store with Dr. Velasco. In further checking, they made his presence known in almost every place along the U.S.-Canadian border where rioting and violence and a number of dead bodies. He believed he left Canada for Vegas April 19th under the name of Detective Constable Alan Evans. And because of his British citizenship, he is an international fugitive. So my people are very interested in him. This is no longer just a local matter. Now, gentlemen, the one constant that has shown up in all of our reports is the Scoresby's travels have always been accompanied by a number of unexplained killings, many of which have one thing in common: a massive loss of blood. So, if Scoresby is not the vampire of Mr. Kolchak's theory, he is certainly the suspect of multiple homicides extending back some 30 years.
Mr. Jenks, you seem to be running this show. Go ahead and say something.
Mr. Kolchak, you have...
Kolchak?
Short.
Well, I was in the hospital yesterday, and a lot of things are happening that you just simply cannot explain away. Sheriff, your old man shot at him, some at point-blank range. How come you didn't swear to that? How come a man over 70 years old can outrun a police car? How come the same man was slugged in the head doesn't even bleed? Now, I saw those gashes in his head, and when everyone was tripping down from those wounds, it was clear. It was
Now, this guy shot him more now. Can't we shut him up?
No, let him hang himself. Then we'll finally be rid of him.
So far, he has killed 4, probably 5 women. Now, the coroner said that those bite marks on the throat were made by human teeth. Now, he has confirmed the fact that he actually drank their blood. No, wait, no, whatever the Scoresby may be, he seemed to be functioning as if he were a vampire. Now, you can go on operating as if you were an ordinary man, and that's up to you. But I know that the only way you're going to get him is if you proceed under the assumption that he's a real-life vampire.
Wait a minute, Kolchak, if you lost your mind. Can you imagine the total blind panic this town would be in if the public was told we were actually looking for a vampire? Not to mention the irreparable damage it would do to the image of law enforcement.
That's what it's all about, isn't it? That's it. Well, I really can't believe that you guys are so afraid of appearing stupid that you'll ignore the only possible way of nailing it.
Listen, Kolchak, and you listen good. We'll handle this by ourselves, and without undue public observation.
No undue public observation, you've gone already. Look here. Look what the beard my favorite today. People are going to be calling for a grand jury investigation. You can't stop the rumors. Go.
Sit down. I don't care what's been printed in the newspapers. This man is still classified as an ordinary maniac, and he'll be settled by standard police procedures.
No,
And you better start cooperating with that fact, Kolchak, or you want to get your cushy-cushy kicked right out of town. You dig?
Yes, I did. But just remember the next time you blow it, who's got the answers? Sir.
All right, Ed. Let's get on with it. What have you got?
Well, 2 departments combined